You still like him. That's your boyfriend. You still want to go with him now that you know that he is faking shit, that he living in his sister's house, and he is driving that dude car. That's still your boo. Okay. Well, hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube, and for a small monthly fee of $5. You babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's talk about the untold story of Barry, me, and Motown. Part 5. Hold tight, this is going to be a long one. Now, I know you like, Nay, why the hell you on camera not done at all? Okay, so before I get started into the book, let me tell you something, right? I went down there to get my driver's license, transferred over and everything, because I decided, okay, bitch, you've been in Georgia for a minute now. Maybe you want to be a legal citizen, tax-paying citizen, right? So I went down there and tried to figure out what was going on. Talking to a lady that I thought worked at the damn DMV, child. I was talking to that lady for at least 5 minutes before I realized this bitch ain't got no shoes on and she drunk. Outside his tight focus on the groups, all aspects of his life were in pitiful disarray. Child, we talking about the Barry Gordy. He had no car, no clothes, no money. Like those frayed edges and threads hanging off his shirts. Remember the Gordon Gartrell that we was talking about earlier? There were numerous details awry in his living situation. His marriage and his finances, none of which Barry had the first clue as to how to handle. Of course, when I met him at the first audition, I didn't know anything about Barry Gordy. I only knew I liked his damn teeth. Child, you like one thing on a ninja, and before you know it, you be somewhere taking all your money and paying his bills. I only knew I liked his damn teeth, among other things. He had said, I like you, and his eyes had searched deep within mine, knowing as little about me as I did about him. What he must have known instinctively was that I had something he needed. That was part of his wizardry, spotting the right people at the right time. Unbeknownst to myself, I was about to provide some of the essential missing ingredients that Barry had been waiting for. He was waiting. Fellows, he announced, Ray is going to be working with us. I got a unison of nods and chorus of hellos. When I'd arrived again, the door was open, but this time I had sailed right in and announced myself. The guys whom I found out were a singing group called the 5 Stars were standing in the living room discussing something with Barry. He had on another Gordon Gartrell. Where's Alice? He asked. Okay, now Ray Noma, Sugar Ray, is like, oh shit. Okay, was he really expecting for my sister to come back with me? Because I'm the one, who was like, yes, me. I could do everything. And my sister is still in high school, right? But Barry's response let her know that it was okay. And she was like, girl, you too nervous. You can't show fear in front of them damn Sagittarian men. You can't do that. Girl, you is like blood in the water. Oh, you met the 5 stars. This is Billy Davis. Barry said, gesturing to his songwriting partner, a tall, dapper guy with a pencil-thin mustache. I smiled shyly at Billy. No! Call that shot, girl. You got to be one of the fellas when you around them. You got to show strength around them niggas. Because if you act up, they're going to treat you like that, girl. The 5 stars were sorting out harmonies for a song Barry had written called Magic. They started running through the number, and almost immediately I heard a harmony part missing. So I found a note and joined in. That's how vicious this girl is. She's vicious, okay? Now, they're continuing on with this session, right? Barry, trying to be that ninja, like he really know what's going on, but for real, he don't know. Sugar Ray knows exactly what's going on in regards to the music. What I will give Barry to Gordy is his savageness, okay? And his ability to pick out what's good, okay? I will give him that, right? But when it comes down to the music, it's very, very clear that Barry to Gordy didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Barry was like, take it a level down for me. Sugar Ray was like, no. That's not what he needs to do. He needs to stay right where he is. Leave him there, okay? And then she picked up a note for the harmony to be perfect, right? Barry to Gordy like, I was saying Barry to Gordy is looking at her going, this is an asset. I need to fuck it, okay? He says to her, hey, Sugar Ray, can you come back tomorrow at 12? Yes, sir. I'll be back at 12. Now, to herself, she's chuckling on the inside because towards the end of the rehearsal, Barry to Gordy wanted to sing lead. Brother. If we don't know anything about anything, we know that the Barry to Gordy can't sing, okay? And so did the other people, the 5 stars, okay? And Sugar Ray. They chuckling to themselves going, oh my God, this nigga sound like dirt. Ooh, everybody conquerling, waving to the left like, Jesus, help us. Nobody wanted to stand up to Barry Gordy and say, Barry to Gordy, you are not a singer. As I scrounged in my purse for bus fare, Cratham Spencer, one of the 5 stars, offered to give me a lift home. Besides, having a wonderful voice like Cratham exuded a gentleman charm. In the car, I complimented him on his vocals, and he told me how talented he thought I was. The day had resulted in a mutual respect between me and all the guys. I felt as if I belonged. I got home, I rocked my son Cliff to sleep and then looked in the mirror, okay? She now 21 years old looking at her face like, ooh, not so bad, okay? She actually was like, you know what? I think I'm beautiful. Girl, you better know you beautiful when you're dealing with that goddamn Barry to Gordy, girl. Gazing out at the night sky, I realized that a new feminine confidence was being born in myself. The scrappy kid who was half fighter and half dreamer was becoming a woman. I put away the girlish infatuation I had for Barry and made way for a deeper love. A love that he was going to have to earn. Good job. Because they hunters. Okay, and they don't want nobody just gonna walk up and give them the pussy. What the heck am I sitting on? I asked myself 4 days later on a Friday afternoon. Something was poking me in my behind. Let me tell you what was poking her in her behind. Barry to Gordy's hand. Okay, you know how them dudes do when they be immature. They sitting on a seat already. You go to sit down and them mother hunchies slide their hand under your butt. So when you sit down, they, holding one of your butt cheeks, and then you might have to lift up. She lifted up. That nigga ain't move his hand. He's like basically squonk twonk. What you gonna do, girl? So Barry Gordy's hand was under her butt cheek the entire time. Girl, you should have leaned on one butt cheek and made that mother hunchy fall asleep. That's what I would have did. My bad, y'all. I'm being mean today. I don't know why. My bad. I think I got an attitude about something and I don't know what the fuck it's for, right? But, let's move forward. The 5 stars were killing it at the Royal Blue. Henry Dixon and Walter Gaines suddenly transformed into natural showmen, feeding off the pulse of the crowd. All their material was good. But when they peaked at the act with a tune called Miss Ann, I heard myself let out a cat call. Cratham was featured, and his clear tenor voice seemed to wash over the audience. He knew when to hold back and when to give it all. I exhaled a small sigh, then made sure no one had noticed. Damn, if I didn't have a weakness for talented men. Girl. A friend of Barry, who had a primitive recording studio in his basement, a couple of mics, a piano, and a tape recorder, nothing more than my own. Yet this felt more professional, a product of teamwork. Yeah, I thought, looking around that basement at the guys, this is the real thing. And it was sounding nice, except for the lead vocal problem. Billy had sung it through the first few times, and I could sense Barry itching to get up on the microphone. You know why? Because y'all motherfuckers ain't tell him that he could not sing. If y'all would have told him that 3, 4, 5, 8, 9 weeks ago, then he wouldn't be itching to get on the damn mic. Barry Gordy like, get out the way, let me try. Okay. Already I had the feeling that this was one stubborn fellow. Little did I know that Barry, at this juncture, was still intent on being a performer himself. I bit my lip and glanced away to keep from laughing. Yeah, that shit ain't work. He up there trying to do his very best. Ain't nobody told him that he can't sing until finally she cracked. Once she cracked, everybody cracked. Ooh, Barry the Gordy. Ooh, and his 4C, 3C, 7I, and 19B hair was hurt. Things were moving swiftly. From Magic, we tackled other Gordy Davis collaborations. The 5 Stars and I were thick as thieves. I talked to them in a language they understood. Let's do a major ninth chord here. I'd say, or Walter, you try the dominant. From time to time, I'd catch Barry watching me with this sweet look of wonder. Girl, that's a predator look. That's the predator. Puzzlement almost abruptly. He'd smile, that now familiar crooked half smile out of the corner of his mouth. Sometimes I'd ask him a question and he'd pause, thinking, and his tongue in his cheek. So I guess it's not a lie, okay? Because everybody talk about how Barry the Gordy used to chew his tongue. I said the only people that I know chew tongues is pipeheads, because they be having that, and you be like, bitch, what are you chewing on? Is that a day-old Snicker bar? It was an idiocracy that described him, tongue in cheek. Humorous, a little bit of tease, a lot of mystery, an artist at disguising whatever more serious thoughts he was having. Yeah, that poker face. But some information behind the cool surfaces began to filter through. I like this part. I found out that his house didn't belong to him, but to his sister, Lousy, a fair-skinned, cute gal with a Betty Boop look, who we saw only on occasion. Lousy was every bit as aggressive as Barry, but her style was to hold back, that drive in polite constraint. Although she hadn't yet said anything, she was understandably anxious to get them motherfuckers out of her house. Get the hell out of my house. I was also dismayed to discover that the seductive gold Cadillac belonged to Nat Tarnpole, Jackie Wilson's manager. You still like him? That's your boyfriend? You still want to go with him now that you know that he is fake as shit, that he living in his sister's house, and he is driving that dude car? That's still your boo? Okay. Oh, I asked. Barry's car is in the shop? Girl, that ain't Barry's car. That nigga don't own a car. Here she was thinking that, Barry was, on and popping, and she found out that he wasn't shiz, okay? She thought he was one of them rich, eccentric people. You know how the white people be, the white people be rich as shit, okay? And me driving like a Prius or something and be good, it's only, us that we got to shine, All right, that's what we do. We shine. What Barry did have in ample supply was an assortment of talented artists depending on him for guidance. I began to meet them. Sonny Sanders, Robert Bateman, Freddie Gorman, and Brian Holland were the Satin Tones. They appeared to be a very promising bunch, working on a sound that would do their name proud. Hey girl, I don't know what you was thinking when you did this, right? Last thing you want to do is try to, control a man like Bird or Gordy. You can't do that, girl. You can't do that. Them ninjas live to be free, okay? Even when they murdered, they still free. It's just that the bitch don't know it yet, okay? But anyway, one day, she noticed that it was a girl named Mamie, a singer, a buxom singer, right, was there. Bird or Gordy all giddy. Ooh. No. She was right in her feelings. She go, look, Burry, I don't think it's a good idea for you to fraternize with the axe. Burry said to her, okay. I took that as he's not going to fraternize in your face. Okay. Now, I don't got a problem with Bird Gordy. I know y'all think that I'm, too hard on him or that I'm dragging the Bird Gordy. Never. Like I've told y'all 1,000 times, I will never take my time and read a book about anybody who I do not respect. Okay, so for all you mother hunches that's coming over here trying to, get pissed off, y'all can keep it and stick it back up. I don't think it's a good idea to mix business and pleasure. As soon as the words escaped my mouth, I was mortified. Who did I think I was telling him what to do? Oh, said Barry, taken aback, a frown on his forehead, his eyes squinting. Then he nodded. Okay, you're right. And Mamie was history. So she thought, but the bitch is going to be back. I was encouraged to assemble my own group, the Teen Queens, to do my material. Alice and Ray became the nucleus of the group, aided by a fledgling singer with strong potential named Marlene Nero. Upon the somewhat sheepish suggestion of Barry, I agreed to the return of the therefore exiled Mamie as our fourth member. See what I mean? Girl, you probably went home smiling that whole time when he was like, okay, she's history. Now the bitch is back. The Teen Queens and the Satin Tones engaged in a friendly rivalry, each group trying to top the other with better routines or hotter vocal licks. The competitive spirit within both Barry and me was contagious. What are you doing? He asked one afternoon. I'm doing a lead sheet. A lead sheet? You could do lead sheets? Yes, Barry. I told you that the first time I got here. I could do everything, okay? Why? Because she is technically trained by the CAS. What is it? CAS Technical School. Lead sheets, the songs written out in rough sheet music form with the melody chords and lyrics written note for note on music staff pages, are indispensable. And so are you, Ray Noma. From then on, I would be responsible for writing out all the lead sheets. Skills that I took for granted, Barry almost regarded as tricks of magic. Jackie Wilson? You're kidding. Jackie Wilson is coming here? Here? Oh, shit. Let me put on my good makeup, girl. I got a new song I want to show you. We're going to rehearse it with Jackie, Barry said. And he'd asked what I thought of something he'd written called A Lonely Teardrops. It had originally been intended for another one of his artists, Eddie Holland, the brother of the Satin Toned, Brian Holland. The house was buzzing with anticipation. For weeks now, all I heard was Jackie Wilson, and it was no wonder that Barry had such high regard for him, for a guy to take your songs and do them the justice that Jackie Wilson had done. Okay, let me tell you something. I'm done. Y'all, listen, when I tell you I am done after this part right here, hold tight. After his shows, Jackie would wait in his dressing room, adorned in a modest towel, and Nat Tarnpole would line up outside as many ladies that could be accommodated. Line them up for what? Nat Turnpole, Turdpole, Tadpole, whatever your name. Line them up for what? Is Jackie Wilson pleasing all these women in the line? Y'all got me messed up. Jackie would come out in a towel and move right down the line, kissing each and every one. Like the dude from the Family Feud, who I know got mono. Remember the dude from the Family Feud that used to suck face with every woman? He didn't care if she was old, ugly, fat, skinny, rich, poor, black, white, purple. You know, nothing. He would suck face with all of them. What's his name? It's not Chuck Willoughby. That's the Love Connection dude. But remember the dude? I think he actually played on, what show was that? Was it Hogan's Heroes? Man, what is that dude name that was sucking face with all the ladies on Family Feud? When Jackie strutted into the house that morning, the place stopped. What a sight. His perfected do and his shimmering shirt unbuttoned all the way down to his navel. Y'all, if I ever seen a man with a shirt buttoned all the way down to his navel, I'm gonna run. Diamond rings and gold chains, major flash and personality. His mere presence shouted out, Jackie's here. As Barry and the other guys swarmed around him, hand slapping and calling out, hey man, I stood back to the side. Even from the distance, I could see the reports I had heard were true. Jackie never went anywhere without makeup. She said this Negro had on foundation, blush, eyeliner, and lipstick. Okay? Man, let me tell you what broke my heart. The New Edition. Why y'all put all that makeup on them? Okay? They like 15 years old, 14, 15 years old. You got makeup on them? Why? Why? To help them look younger? Or, and it's like we didn't even have HD TV then. Where you can see, if a person got bad skin on these HD TVs, you're going to see that. But I understand that is, I do understand that that's something, regular that they did. But bruh, you just going to go sing a song. You got to put makeup on and sing a song? Jackie Wilson there, he got on his full face, okay? So, he can smell the feminine wilds in the air, okay? So he like, hold on, man, okay? And he see little young, tender Sugar Ray in the corner, okay? And he goes over there and grabs her up and, what you gonna do, Sugar Ray? You got Gordy right there, and you got Jackie Wilson, breathing down your neck. What you gonna do? Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe, because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. Now remember this. The same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves. You babies, have a good one. Be safe and get vaccinated.